Okay, we're back. And we're going into Snake Pit, where we immediately see a bunch of stuff that we don't want to fight. Shock Serpent in particular has a tendency to do quite a lot of damage to us. Trying to confuse it, it's not working. We're just going to go up, and we'll fight it up here. We'll try to confuse it. It gets confused. What bothers me is that somehow it, you could be all the way over here and hit it with the arrow, and I believe it can still shock you every time you attack it. I mean, certainly it can do it at least 2 squares away, because it just did. Now, these sharpshooters, man, they can do a lot of damage. We just took 30, and I think only one of them hit me. Nah, they both hit me, but yeah, like, look at how much damage we can take. So you don't want to fool around with these things, especially if your defenses are as low as mine. We do have scrolls of blinking, though, if we absolutely need them. Wow. I mean, I'm kind of going down and up, waiting to get a favorable start to this fight. Okay, this is okay. Let's just go up and drag the Naga with us, and we'll just take these guys out one at a time. Let's see if we can kill one of the sharpshooters. Okay, we'll go up. Jeez. A lot of damage. Sometimes you get a challenged landing like this, and there's just not much you can do about it other than slug it out. Certainly, certainly I could like pog southwest and maybe use digging and maybe just like have this running bow battle with these people. I mean, Nagas are slow, which is certainly a plus to getting away from them. But Snake has this tendency to be just so chock full of crap that, knowing my luck, I would run directly into a bunch of packs of things, so I would rather just not fool with it. Looks like we've got a Styrian here. I'm gonna just do the standard heroism finesse, and I'm just gonna start tabbing on him. Nothing much to say about a Styrian. He's just got haste, and he's got Mach-Lev abilities, so he can summon really big demons. Hopefully we kill him before we see that wonderful ability. Okay, good. And we get the extra piety for that kill. For the most part, tabbing and whatnot will work out for us. It's just when we start fighting more than one sharpshooter on the screen at once is when we start having a bit of a problem. A single sharpshooter is not a big deal. And in fact, sharpshooters would be a fairly welcome sight for us if we had not received the bow from Okawaru, because they generally will have longbows a lot of the time. I don't know about always, but certainly a lot of the time. Anacondas are probably one of the main threats for us in here, since they're fast and they constrict. Oh man. Yeah, we'll use the feel. Looks like we've got some salamanders here. We'll just walk away a bit and take them at range. Not too concerned about them with all of our RF. And we're wearing some salamander skin, so I guess it kind of protects us from them. At least from their fire attacks. Gotta watch out for the Nagas that have the big shields. Slows down my ability to hit them at least a bit. Oh, we got Isel. And he is able to sleep us at 25%. So let's bail. Let's just get out of here as quickly as we can. Reset the fight. Oh man, he could have slept us there. He's so fast. Oh, and we're marked. I didn't even see that we were marked. I'm going to cancel that off. Okay, alright. He went through one of our portals, is what happened there. I'm going to use the scroll of blinking. And I am going to teleport. So sometimes inexpert use of Pog can lead to problems like that. Alright, let's think about this. What do we want to do to kill this guy? Probably some kind of evocation solution. Oh, we have over 22. We've actually trained a little bit above, unfortunately, but we have 22 bows, so we're going to train armor and dodging now. Alright, so what do we want to do to kill this guy? Probably, well, heroism, finesse, maybe use a might potion. I think that might will still add damage to us. I'm not positive on that. Would be nice to have like a listing of like the formula of how your damage is calculated here in game. Alright, so here we're next to him again. We're going to open up with Wands of Clouds. Actually, no, we're not. We don't have enough evocations to make it a long... okay, change of plans. We'll use Sack of Spiders. I wanted them to be webbed. Let's heroism. Let's finesse. Let's quaff might. He can hit pretty hard, 25 damage, and he can sleep us. If he sleeps us, it's very bad. Let's just cloud him now. Okay, good. Fire's good. And we'll lightning rod. I shouldn't have finessed. Yeah, lightning rod does the work, and he dies. That certainly could have been done a lot better. Finesse obviously does nothing for us if we're using evocations, so if I had thought that through a little bit more, would have been a little smoother. It's not good to rush into an Isol fight, especially. Isol is one of the toughest uniques in the game, especially at the point where you find them, so... Rushing into an Isol fight is a good way to get yourself killed. However, we have our poise, which significantly reduces the kind of damage he can do to us. So, we weren't as worried about it as we normally would be. Jeez. I think we're going to go to a different staircase, actually. So many of these guys, it's like Vashnia's probably around. Vashnia, of course, comes with her own pack of sharpshooters, but I guess it was just a 3-man pack. Cool. Most of this stuff just tab away with the longbow, and it's not a problem. Let's get some meat here, and then do some inventory management. We'll drop this whip. We'll never need it again, really. I'm going to identify these potions. Found Berserk Rage. I'm going to drop those and turn it off, since Rage really doesn't do much for us. I'm going to read some things. Enchant Weapon, well, whatever. We're never going to need enchant weapons, so we'll drop those. I'm trying to find recharge. Whoa! Hold the phone. I was sitting on 4 scrolls of acquirement. That's ludicrous. Well, we don't need a weapon. So we're going to go for armor. Totally crazy, man. 4 scrolls of acquirement in my inventory this whole time. There's the scroll of recharging. Okay, we'll get clouds. Well, I guess let's use our 3 more scrolls of acquirement, which we've just been holding on to for who knows how long. I'd like to know where I found all those. I wonder if I found a whole stack of them at one point. Anyway, we're not going to use jewelry, probably. I'll probably go straight for armor, because we could use a cloak, we could use a helmet, we could use boots, and we could use dragon armor. Found gloves again, but the first pair were better. A cloak and a scarf. Mundane. Well, not mundane, but... Jeez. Wow. I guess I'll wear the poison resistance cloak over the resistance scarf. Normally I would go for the resistance scarf, but our resistances are ludicrous already. So we don't need 1 cold and 1 fire resistance. But yeah, what a find for acquirement. Didn't exactly, like, hugely increase our survival chances here, but certainly didn't hurt them to get those gloves. Really all we got out of it was this 1 pair of gloves with the RC plus and the N plus 5. Don't really care what that amulet it is. It's not going to be better than what we're wearing. It's probably, I mean, it's got to be something that is inferior to that. And of course we don't want to take off faith to find out, because then we would lose piety. Getting some trash from Okawaru. Found a ring here. I'm tempted to carry it around just because it's MR+. I guess I will. It's ice though, but I'm going to drop Ring of Shadows. The chances of us needing to invis are pretty low, and if I really need to, I'll just drink a potion. Onwards to Snake 3. Okay. +5 ringmail of the Thirsty Ghosts. Cool. Well, we'll buy the Scroll of Fear. Not only is it a Scroll of Fear, which is good, but it gives us an identified scroll. And the Potion of Might. We'll buy Torment too, just so we have it identified. Interesting jewelry choices here. As much as I want that MR plus ring, I don't think I'm gonna... Well, hold on, let's see what's in here. Okay, let's get these scrolls. Okay, we can't afford that ring, but we are going to put it on the list because it's a strictly better MR ring. Watch me have like 4 potions of experience. Wouldn't that be nice? Two large shield nagas. This should take a long time to kill. See how they take a few more hits than the ones we're used to. I probably should be focusing down the Guardian Serpents first in case this stuff gets the surround on me, but I'm just a little bit overconfident right now, I guess, considering I have 6 scrolls of blinking on me. I mean, sure, we could get constricted, but blink gives you like a double chance to escape from the constrict. Oh, another scroll of acquirement. That's the 5th one. That's silly. We'll get armor, we'll get a steaming chainmail, and it's not something we really need. I realize it's MR+, but eh. Okay, I'll heroism, and I'm glad I did it. And I'll blink away. I'm going to use a digging. And this way it's much harder for things to surround me. I'll use finesse. Wow, I am just taking a lot of damage. Just cloud this stuff. Yeah, that's good. I think I want to use lightning rod. Yeah, okay, cool. Lightning rod feels significantly better now that it recharges charge by charge. I think they may have much increased the speed at which it recharges too, which is a nice plus. But I'm not positive about that. But whoever thought that was a good change, good job, because it is. Let me manage my inventory a bit. Drop paralysis. Still have a few things unidentified, but we'll get around to it. Better not to waste them. I used to get the impression that I should just like spam identify this stuff, like, oh, maybe one's acquirement. But really you're just setting yourself up for failure later in the game by using up your consumables like that. I don't recommend it. Now, I mean, if you don't have identify, or sorry, if you don't have like teleport identified, or you don't have blink identified or something like that, and you have big stacks of scrolls, then it starts to make sense to read ID things. Because the fact is, you really do need access to those things sometimes. And not knowing what they are. There's nothing worse than dying and then finding out after you die that you had the exact resource you needed, I should say, to fix the problem. You just didn't know that you had it and you quaffed the wrong thing, or you went for the more reliable solution of like attacking and then you died. Really, really obnoxious when that happens. We are on the final floor, by the way. Snake 4 is notoriously difficult sometimes. I don't anticipate this character having a ton of problems unless we get surrounded. As you can see, it does have problems if Guardian Serpents get to work on me. One of the benefits of using these arrows is like it makes a little bit of noise, but not a ton. Like, fairly minimal compared to a lot of kinds of fighting, like spells. Oh, let's lightning bolt him. Being in melee with a Nagaraja is generally not the best idea. But anyway, bows just make it so simple to fight one thing at a time because, you know, by the time you kill one thing, or by the time the next thing's showing up, you've probably killed the first thing that showed up on your screen. And so it's just like it becomes this mindless thing where you really can press O and hit tab a lot. And even if you have your auto fight stop jacked up really high like mine is, I think I have mine set to like 90. You'll still, before you take enough damage for it to stop you from auto fighting, you'll still be able to kill most things. So something to keep in mind, that if you want to have an easy game, I'm telling you, longbows are the way to do it. I mean, you have to survive until you get to Okawaru. But there's also another way to do it, which is another useful and easy way to go bows, is Trog, actually. Now, you won't get as much mileage out of Berserk, so you might want to hybridize just a little bit. Like maybe start out with a melee weapon since you have to. Play a Berserker. Get like, I don't know, pole arms or something, just something good. Use Berserk, get your weapon up to like 5 skill or something. As soon as you find a bow, start using it, train bows. That'll make Trog give you a lot of arrows. He'll also give you weapon gifts, and he'll probably give you a really nice bow. And while you won't get as much mileage out of Berserk, you'll still have access to the regenerate ability that gives you MR. You'll still have access to Brothers in Arms, which is just an insanely good ability. So like all the major benefits of worshipping Trog, you'll still get. That's something to maybe consider. And the reason I suggest this is, for a newer player especially, you know, you notice, if you saw the first video in this series, I had some real serious issues getting this character even worshipping Okawaru in the first place. Like I got shafted from D3 to D6 again, I think. A few other things happened. Could have been rough. A new character probably, or a new player rather, probably would have died from the stuff that happened in this character's early game. If you want to forego all that, you can just play a Berserker, and your early game is relatively easy. You can just, you know, Zerk anything that's really problematic, take it out real easy, and then sort of transition into using bows, and it's all really smooth. So maybe give that a shot. If you see me tabbing things with this long bow and you think, wow, that looks easy, well, that's a way you can do it and not have to worry about the annoying early game where maybe you're hurting on ammo, maybe you get shafted and you run out of ammo and it's like, gee, what do I do? That's not going to be a problem with Trog. And I mean, even with minimal weapon skill, Berserk lets you kill just about anything. So, like, Trog is hilariously overpowered. Easy to get yourself killed if you don't know what you're doing as well, but it's honestly insane some of the things you can do with Trog. You could kill, like, it's possible on a lot of characters, any character with decent defense, it's possible to Berserk and just hold tab, and even without like a vampiric weapon, it's possible to just slaughter an entire branch end. I wouldn't recommend it because you could probably get yourself killed, but I'm just saying, like, there's really no other character, maybe like a Mockleb character, but for the most part, nothing beats being hasted, mighted, and have extra hit points, and it lasts for basically as long as you're attacking. Assuming Trog is, you know, being nice to you, because he'll extend your rage when you kill things. So, Trog's the way to go, and then you'll have, you know, you'll still have a chance to transition into bows if you want to try it out. So yeah, we cleared this without much incident. I kind of just talked about other things while I was doing that because there wasn't much to talk about. Just auto-explore, tab, auto-explore, tab. It's really silly how easy longbows are. Even in a place like this. And of course, we took passage because it lets us back up. And I think you saw me doing that a few times on this floor, but not as much as we probably should have had to do it. I mean, we've definitely hit our stride with this character. We'll just finish up leaving this place. Okay. So, thinking about this, we have 2 runes now. As usual, we're faced with the choice of, do we want to go to vaults, or do we want to go to slime, or do we want to maybe pop into depths and get some experience? I think the choice is pretty clear with this character. We don't have any arc core, and we don't have any way to get it other than this buckler, which would be a pretty stupid choice in my opinion, since we're a bow user. So, what we're going to do is almost definitely go into vaults. Certainly we could go into slime and just do it without our core. Our core is not a necessity for slime. But the thing about slime is, with bows, it is rather difficult to take on TRJ, in my opinion. You need to use some kind of wacky strategy to beat him. Now we have Scroll of Torment, so if we also have a Scroll of Immolation in here somewhere, there are some tricky things we can do to him. We also have Scroll of Vulnerability, so certainly I could just paralyze him if I got my evocations up a little bit, and then I could probably take him out. But all in all, I just don't want to do that without our core, and I don't want to have to spend a Potion of Resistance if I don't have to. So, plus I don't want to go in there with while wearing this crappy little salamander hide armor if I can avoid it. So with all that said, let's just get our character in position to go into the vaults. Yeah, and yeah, with this, I think we're more than okay to go, at least for the first 4 floors of vaults. I can't imagine it's going to be a huge deal for us. I am a little concerned about MR. I badly want that ring, and I'm probably going to drop the +2 protection and wear it, just because that's how heavily I value MR. It really is that important. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to go ahead and put this on. Lose a pip of fire resistance. And now we have 3 pips of MR, because I don't want to get paralyzed by like some vampire knight or whatever, and then have the run get ended because of something silly like that. So if you have a lot of MR, I recommend you value it highly, because that sort of thing can happen. With that said, I think I am done for now. And so next time we'll go into the vaults. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm signing off for now.